Hi everyone! Today I'm going to give you a quick tutorial of Quizlet. Quizlet is a vocabulary tool and a study tool that we're going to be using mainly for vocabulary, but that you can use as well when you want to do some studying. So this is what the front page of Quizlet looks like, and I'm going to show you how to get to Quizlet from our Google Classroom. So I've got my classroom open in another tab, and as you can see, I'm in the classwork section already. So when you are looking for your vocabulary assignments, they will be under the week that we are working on. But since I'm just giving a tutorial, my assignment is right up on the top of my screen. So I'm going to click my assignment and view the assignment. What I see is that I have some vocabulary words that I'm going to study as well as a link. I'm going to click on that link for Quizlet. And when it opens up, what you're going to notice is that you're allowed to do work within Quizlet without logging in. But I think it's really important first to log in because this is what allows us to save the work that we work on. So we're going to come up to the corner and click Log In. Since you already are using Google Classroom, we can go ahead and click Log In with Google. Now, I have a couple of Google accounts, so it wants to know which account are you going to sign up with. So make sure that when you are choosing the account, it is the account that is associated with your Google Classroom. So this is my Google Classroom account, so I'm going to go ahead and click in. And what you're going to notice is that it asked me to finish creating my account. I've not done one yet. So first thing I'm going to do is put in my birthday. To do some scrolling here to find my birth year. Okay, and it wants me to create a username. It gives me the option of using one that it has already created, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to keep Alexandra Evelyn 7. That's fine with me. I am, in this case, not a teacher or a parent, so I'm just going to click sign up. They don't give you an option for a student, and that's okay. Now, the first thing it's going to do is ask you to start a trial. You do not need to pay for this service. So what we're going to do is click Continue to Free Quizlet. Once again, you do not need to pay for anything on this site. So make sure you are continuing to the free Quizlet. After you log in, what it's going to do is it's going to bring you back to the lesson that we are working on. So we're going to go ahead and learn. That's the first thing that we have the option to do. The other options you have are study, which includes flashcards, write, spell, and test. And it also includes a couple of learning games like match and gravity. So we'll look at these in a little bit. First thing we're going to do is we're going to learn. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that button here. And what it's going to do is it's going to take us to the space to learn. So it's showing us the definition of our word, and it's giving us the option to choose. Okay. I'm just going to pick a random answer, and it tells me, oh no, I need to keep studying this one. It gives me the definition and the correct answer. So I'm going to go ahead and press any key to continue because I'd like to try to get familiar with one of these words. My next definition is possibility that something will happen or that someone will be chosen. Okay, so I need to think of a word that means possibility. I have relent, scarce, prominent, and prospect. Well, I know that this word is prospect, so it went ahead and gave me the correct answer. And if you notice, it tells me that I am now familiar with this word. As you continue to run through these definitions, you'll notice that your words remaining decrease, and then the words that you are familiar with and mastered with increase. The more words that are unfamiliar and mastered, the better your understanding is. So I'm going to go back to my set page. The nice thing about logging in is that automatically remembers where you left off. So if you need to continue learning for any reason, you can always come back and it will pick up. So on this front page, what I have selected is flashcards. That's what we see here. I see the word, and it tells me I can click to see the definition. So when I click, it shows me the definition of prominent. Prominent means important or well known. And when I click, it just rotates back and forth between the definition and the word. Down below, I see the arrows that tell me I'm looking at 2 out of the 5 vocabulary words. So I can keep moving forwards and check out the words, and I can move backwards and review. The second option that we have under here is study is write. So write is exactly what it sounds like. It is a place for you to practice your typing. it's kind of like what we did when we were looking at learning, but this time instead of choosing an answer, it's up to us to type an answer. So they're looking for a word that means important or well known. I remember that this word is prominent. And it tells me, uh-oh, look what that mistake it caught. I had the right word, but what did I do? I spelled it incorrectly. So that's one of the really nice things about working with the writing tool in Quizlet is that it helps you with not only the vocabulary, but also with your spelling. So that's the write tool. And just like the other tools, we can go back and it will save your work. Under the spelling tool, so we know that write gives us a little bit of spelling practice, but spell is the dedicated practice for spelling. So what we notice, it says simply type what you hear. You have the option to click here to start audio. So I'm going to go ahead and click it. And I hear the word prospect. So I'm going to go ahead and type it in. Let's see if this is correct. I hit my enter button and it was correct. It gave me the second word I want to hear. So you want to make sure that you either have headphones in like I do right now, or that you have the speaker button available for you, because you're not going to be able to do the spelling if you can't hear it. So we're going to go back, because remember this saves just like the others. The last option under study is test. Test is where you are going to do exactly what it sounds like. You're going to test yourself. So this is the place where it's going to give you a combination of multiple choice and written answers so that you can practice your test. So if you were to go through this, it also has the option to check your answers. So I'm just going to write some fake words here just to test it out. I'm going to pick some words for multiple choice and for true false and check my answers. What it tells me is it immediately tells me I got 60% of them right. Even with just kind of guessing, I guess I did a pretty good job here. You have the option to print your test as well. So if this is something you're really proud of and you want to show it to me, you can go ahead and print it off, but you do not have to. You can take the test as many times as you want to. Down here by saying create new test, it's going to go ahead and create a new test for you. So if you need to continually study on something, you can come back here and keep trying. So I'm going to go back to our main screen. And the last things that I want to show you, oops, we are not going to rate this site yet. The last things that I want to show you are the games. So I really like playing games. They help me remember things a little bit better. And Quizlet gives you 2 games you can play. The first is match. Match is exactly what it sounds like. It is a matching game. Your directions are always going to appear first. My directions say make everything disappear, drag corresponding items onto each other to make them disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and start that game. What I see is I see a bunch of words, and I also see that it's timing me. What it wants to show you is that the quicker you do this, the better you know these words. It's going to take some time because you have to do some reading, and that is okay. I remember that I was dealing with the word prominent, and it meant important or well-known. So what I'm going to do, to drag and drop, you click the word, and do not let go of the mouse, and drag it all the way over to the word you want. Notice it turned green and disappeared. That means that I did it correctly. So let's try something different. I'm going to pick this here. Oh, that was not right because it bounced it back for me. So you have the option to continually play this match game, and the timer is just going to keep going for you, but if you do not want to continue anymore, you can always go back. So the last game that they have for you is Gravity. So Gravity is kind of like a space game. So if you have ever played one of those space computer games where you have to defeat the little aliens, it's kind of like that. Our job is to protect the planets from the incoming asteroids. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We are going to study all your words or the starred words. So if you have a special word that you're having a hard time with, you can star it. You can answer with either the definition or the term or random. The term means that your answer is the word. The definition means that your answer is the definition. And random means that it's either. You can also set your difficulty. I recommend setting it at medium. And I like to answer with the term. So these are my preferred options when I play this game. I like to study everything. I like to answer with the word and medium difficulty. So we're going to play a little test round here. And it tells me, watch out for red asteroids. If you miss a turn twice, they will destroy your planet. So that's our rules. I can't miss 2 vocabulary words. So you want to wait to play the gravity game until you feel really comfortable with your words. Okay, so I'm going to start it and see what happens here. Oh, we just had this. Important or well-known is the word prominent. So I typed in the term and it brought away the asteroid. Okay, so my next word, important or well-known. Well, we kind of had this already, so we'll try it one more time. Whoops, it looks like I spelled it incorrectly. Spelling does count for these. Okay, to change something. I don't quite remember this word, so I'm going to make a guess. Oh, it's not edit. What else might it mean to change something? I may continually come up with my options here, but right now I'm going to let that asteroid hit and see what happens. Once it goes down, it says on your screen, it tells you what the correct word should be. So if you don't remember, you can always let that asteroid go by. So I'm going to type in that word, alter, because that's the word they're looking for. And now, look, if we notice, we see that the same word is coming again. I just learned that that was the word alter. So that was the word I typed in. So this is going to keep going, and it's a good way to just practice your typing. I am going to pause the game because I don't really want to keep playing. And that's okay. You have the option to stop whenever you want to. You also have the option to restart. So if you missed a few words and you're like, man, I knew those words, go ahead and restart. So I'm going to hit my back button here. So when we are looking at Quizlet here, remember that you have different options for what you want to do. This is just a study tool, so you do not have to do any of the testing with this. We are going to practice using these words on Mondays every week, and then in your next class, we're going to go over those 5 words and play a little game with them. So I hope you liked this tutorial for how to use Quizlet. When you want to get back to your Google Classroom, you can just come back up to the top and come back to the Google Classroom. All right, everybody, remember that if you get stuck or have any questions, you can let me know by calling me, emailing me, or sending me a remind message. Good luck and have some fun.